Coach, if you want to start us off with an opening statement.
Yep. What a great setting and great atmosphere for college basketball. I thought it was two NCAA tournament teams that sure acted and played like it. We got off to a little slow start. Thought we ended the half very, very well. Had trouble starting some second halves, and happened again tonight. But our team just stayed together and showed so much toughness, ran great offense. Tennessee's, they're very good. They're just so efficient offensively. And, he made a tough shot at the end to go up one. And, it was one of those games. So it's hats off. Great college environment. Thanks to our Ole Miss spirit in that arena. I mean, it was just fabulous. And we've all said it. It's as good of atmosphere to play in as anywhere in college basketball. So all I can say is thank you. And, I know TD and Bruce, everybody's heartbroken in that locker room, but we've got to come back tomorrow and kind of put it away and get ready for Arkansas on Saturday.
Kermit, what did you say to Brian after the game?
Oh, he's just heartbroken. I mean, Parrish, he's heartbroken. We got some great free throw shooters, and he's one of the top 3 or 4 in the SEC. And we ran a set play to get him the ball to get fouled. And, he got open, and we were going to call timeout if he made both, which we all anticipated, to get us up 3 and maybe do some switching. But even the last play, I thought we guarded it well. Williams, I don't know, he kind of stumbled, but he made an unbelievable kind of off-balance shot, and, give him credit. So he was distraught. But you know what? Bree and Tyree, these guys has made a lot of late-game free throws for us.
Terrence, you guys got several offensive possessions down the stretch, a couple offensive rebounds late and could never quite convert. Is there anything from the last 2 or 3 minutes that sticks out in your head that you wish you had back that maybe, executed better, different things like that?
Not off the top of my mind right now. I don't see anything that would like to have back. But them guys made the right plays, down the stretch, and you gotta tip your hat off to them.
Kermit, what did you think of y'all's half-court defense? Y'all seemed to fare pretty well against them for a lot of the game.
I really thought we did well. I thought they made some tough shots. We're up 3, and Bowden made a tough shot on TD. Remember that was like their second to last bucket. TD just guarded him as good as you can guard him, and almost tipped the ball. So they made 2 unbelievable shots to win. So they're just efficient. They're going to score some points. They're big. They run good offense. I was very proud of how we guarded.
Bruce, you guys were even on the glass with them largely because of your rebound numbers. What allowed you to be effective there tonight?
I just go out and I told coaching them were telling me to go out and play hard and play physical, because they're a big physical team. So I just came out and rebound, helped my team rebound.
Coach, the campus was still buzzing this week after the weekend player protest. I was wondering if you had any further comment about if you've seen anything the student groups have said. A lot of people were very happy with the player protests that happened this weekend.
Yeah, I'm just always support our players, and I know what happened Saturday it wasn't about the anthem. It was about what was going on in our campus, and we had talked to some parents previous, and like I said, I thought when our guys knelt, we supported our players. We knew it was nothing to do with anything but the hate groups that were on our campus. And they had been talking about it for a couple weeks, and trying to bring racism and bigotry to our campus. And we're just going to support our players, and that's all I really can say about it.
Do you think there's an issue with the fact that groups want to come to Ole Miss because of what Ole Miss, the symbolism is? Like, it goes a little bit further than just the events over the weekend?
I don't think so. I just think that it was about a Confederate statue, and it happens in a lot of different places, so I just think that it was a protest, and we didn't want them there. Our players didn't want them here. Our community didn't want them here, and they're from out of state. And so I think that was the whole reasoning. And but like I said, I think our team and our administration stuck together, and I was proud of our fan base tonight coming to see us.
How do you feel the team reacted to the increased attention that came from what happened over the weekend? Do you think that there was any distraction involved coming into today, or was everything
No, I didn't think there was any distractions. I thought these guys handled it well. I think it was a one-time incident. And just amidst this has happened in 250 yards from our arena by the time we're tipping it up against Georgia. And it was a one-time thing, and like I said, I don't, obviously by the way we played, it wasn't a distraction at all.
Did you have any thoughts to protest with them?
Excuse me?
Did you have any thoughts to protest with the team?
I didn't know that they were going to kneel, so I didn't know they were going to kneel.
Terrence, for you guys to start out, coming into the year, you guys not given a lot of respect in the conference. For you guys to go toe-to-toe with the number 7 team in the country, top in the SEC, how proud are you of this team and this effort?
Well, this team, we know, we're a special group. From day one, Coach told us this wasn't going to be a rebuilding year, and the whole team believed in it. And we came to this game thinking we're gonna win the game. Like that's how we came to the game. And this group is special, and we have a lot of confidence. So, real thankful for that.
Did you have any like players only discussions or anything about if you're going to kneel today or if you do any sort of protest or anything? Just what were the conversations like the last couple of days with the guys about what you should do going forward?
We didn't have a conversation about it. I think it was just like right then and there, type of deal. If you go back and watch the video, I was way on the other side. I think it was like a domino effect. One of the teammates went down, and I think the guys didn't want him to be alone, pretty much.
What have you thought about the response from your coaches, from fans, from different things like that? Has it been better or worse than you expected? I mean, what do you regret doing it, or do you? Because it sounds like you guys
regret doing what?
Like kneeling. I mean, you sound almost like unsure, I guess.
I didn't kneel, so I don't have much to. This is my first time, speaking on it. So I don't really have much to say on it.
But do the teammates? I mean, was it a thing that did it cause division within the team or anything?
Oh no, sir, no, sir.
You couldn't play the way we played. There's no division on this team. We support each other. We love each other. It's a great group. They've been a great group to come to the gym with every single day. Again, we can say it a bunch. It was a one-time incident. We were together on it. Hate groups came to our campus. And then that was it. These guys couldn't play the way they play. TD has been such a good leader. Brian Tyree has been such a good leader. This group is together. And we're going to have a lot more success down the road, TD.
Coach, would you be fine if this happened again, though?
Excuse me?
Would you be okay if this happened again, if this wasn't just connected to a specific counter-protest?
It won't.
Then when you protest again, would that be okay?
It won't happen again. It won't happen.
Terrence, to hear your coach come in here and say this was a battle between 2 NCAA teams, I mean, what's that like to just hear that? And does it feel like you guys are automatic shoe-in with what you guys have done already?
Well, this team, we from day one, like I said, we was talking about, it's not going to be a rebuilding year's NCAA tournament team. We looked at ourselves as a NCAA team, and tonight I feel like we played like one.
Do you feel like there's a number of wins that you guys need to get?
We've got work to do. Everybody in college basketball, maybe Tennessee doesn't have work to do. We've got work. I meant it by, it looked like 2 NCAA tournament teams. A lot of times people start looking at the eye test this time of year and watching college teams, and those teams looked like NCAA tournament teams. And I thought tonight we did. And but do we have work to do? You bet everybody's got work to do. A big game on Arkansas on Saturday. But I want our guys to feel and act and carry themselves like we are an NCAA tournment team.
Terrence, this is obviously a pretty emotional game. How do you prevent this from lingering into Saturday?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
How do you prevent this loss, I guess, lingering into Saturday in Fayetteville?
Well, just take the, physicality of the game, how it was played, and, just taking it to the next game, taking it to practice on tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. That's about it. Just take it, learn from it. It's a learning experience.
You were a guy who didn't kneel. What was the reception on campus for you?
It was just a one-day thing to me. Like, I was with Devontae Schuler, so we just gonna move on and just worry about basketball. We ain't really worried about that no more.
What other students have been saying? How are interactions with people on campus for you?
Like what you mean? Like the outside people? Like
just people on campus afterward.
It was a lot. They were just asking us why we do it or why we do that, and it wasn't really nothing about it.
Did you feel support?
Yeah, I really did.
Coach, you said there's work to do. Can you talk about what you need to see them improve on while you have these final games remaining before the SEC tournament?
Rebounding's been an issue, but I thought our guys battled tonight. The starts of second halves are issues for us, and again, We made the first bucket to go up 7, and then they went on like a 14-0 run. TD and Bruce know we talked about it a bunch, about starting second half, and we hit a point in practice. That's where the emphasis is, of trying to finish that practice out. But, you know, to give our guys a lot of credit, they responded. So, you know, we just got to keep trusting offense and playing. And like I said, you played a team tonight that may win a national championship, you know, and so we know what's in us. We know what's in us. But it's going to be a tough one at Arkansas on Saturday. It's just a life in this league.
You said it's a one-time thing, and you weren't worried about it anymore after that. Why is that?
Because, like, you know, it was just because the people on campus, you know, they were doing the protesting while we were, you know, playing. So we kneeled and tried to, you know, I was with Devontae Schuler, so we really ain't worried about it no more. Like, you know, it's out the window. We just worried right now, focus on basketball.
Terrence, how'd that dunk feel in the first half? Was there ever a thought to throw it back to DC, or were you throwing that down the whole way?
Oh no! In the break, man, if it's me and another
$1,000, he wasn't throwing that one back.
if it's me and another guy,
yeah, I'm telling you. So that was a great play. That was a special play in the arena. I'd like to measure how loud that place was on that particular deal. So TD's had a few of those in his career.
Got time for 2 more questions, guys.
What did you see on the play right in front of you at the end?
The block charge. It was close, Rick. It was close. It was close. You know, our fans were unbelievable. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did through my jacket, and I think that probably enticed the crowd, so I apologize for that. And I just being competitive in the moment. Pat Adams is an excellent official, so we'll look at it and see, you know. But it was just a hard-fought game.
Kermit, I know you guys have said you want to move past what happened Saturday, but do you feel like what you guys did could be something that's sort of an agent of change for this town, for Ole Miss, and for people who want to come in here?
You know, I've never thought about the change of it. The only thing I'm telling you, the main thing was the safety of our students here. I'm telling you, the safety of our players during that day. And just, we love our players and the connection, and that hadn't gone through my mind. It's just, I think it's the biggest thing is that we're just going to support our players. And they had a right to express their opinions, and they did. And we've moved on, and I'm proud of our players, proud of our fan base, and we're just going to focus on basketball from here on out.
Was it important, though? Do you think it was an important statement from your guys?
These guys make it answer it better than I would.
I think just brought awareness to, you know, the campus and, you know, what was going on that day. I don't think, you know, a lot of people knew what was going on nationally. So I think it did that, and I think that was what it was for, you know.
Do you think that helps the student activism on campus and all the black student groups who have really been fighting this exact same fight for months at this point? It seems like what you did can add a lot of fuel and a lot of eyes to a fight that needs to get finished.
I feel like it can go both ways.
Coach, not so much that it was a block or a charge, but what do you think about that final possession?
Well, you know, obviously he made a great play. Devontae went straight downhill. He got deep on that floor. You know, so he was going to have a, you know, it was kind of I'm sure Rick didn't want Admiral Schofield to try to take a charge in that situation because that's a risky play. You know, I mean, it just is. And we'll look at the tape and see what happened. But under the circumstances, you know, that's just what you want. You want a guy to just go downhill. As either TD here or Brian, go downhill. And that's about what you can get. You know, you get kind of a 20, 25-footer because they're going to try to pressure you. And, you know, I just thought that, you know, he did exactly what he could do. And, you know, like I said, if it was a charge, it was a great play, risky play, but he got it, and we'll just move on from there.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.